Lennox of Fat Profits now joins us on a phone line to discuss that. David, hi, good to have you. First of all, the run-up that we have seen in nickel prices, how do you see that and how sustainable would that be?
Good afternoon. Certainly when you have a look at what the Philippines is doing, there's no doubt that we will see an impact on commodity prices, and especially nickel, which is their main commodity that they do produce. We would think that over the course of 2017, given the capital that we've seen coming out of the commodities market, that any constraint on supply, and certainly the Philippines will be doing this, will have a significant impact on prices.
David, also, how would you look at the other metals? Because whatever China numbers that we have been seeing and their move in sense of interest rates, medium term and short term, do you see that impact coming in for metals?
Look, certainly when you have a look at China, I think the one key takeaway that you must look at is that the hard landing that was so prominent throughout 2015 and a little less so in 16 has now been put aside. The Chinese, in fact, did lift their repo rate by about 0.1%. So that indicates to the market that the Chinese authorities believe that the growth that we've seen in China over the last 12 months of about 6.7% per annum is where they want to target. So we think that's a very good number for commodities going forward. And if that continues, then we expect to see commodity prices and China being a very good tailwind.
David, one final question. So the kind of fundamentals that we are looking at, the individual fundamentals for metals as well, lead, of course, has been an outperformer in this year. Nickel has been rising. We've seen copper and zinc has continued to gain as well. So where do you see more concerns, more run-up when it comes to the metal space?
Look, one of the things that we're looking at that we believe will be a headwind for 2017, and to date it's actually been a good tailwind, that's the US dollar. We think over the course of 2017 the dollar will rise, and that will cause significant headwinds, as we saw right throughout 2015-16. We do believe that on the supply side we've seen cut-ins of supply. That's going to certainly help. And we do believe that demand is becoming a little more concrete as we see growth in the US certainly becoming more normal, and Chinese growth stabilises. So overall, the US dollar we think is going to be the major headwind for for commodities in 17.
Okay.
All right, David, as well as Manisha, thanks very much for joining in and bringing us that update. But we have an important update flashing on your screen, and let's not waste any time and get to